cracking in the AM's a sin. Old Cracker's just hanging with his old friend. Beer for breakfast, what I said. Beer for breakfast, make it two. Pop that top, pop that top, pop that top again. Pop that top, pop that top, pop that top again.
Listening to our show will get you laid.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Beer for Breakfast Morning Show with Lake Placid legend, Toolman Tim, and me, the obscure Ron, and I like to keep it that way. We're coming to you live and local from the Obscure Destinations Studios in Lake Placid, Florida.
Come and get it!
No, not that Lake Placid. Stick around, have fun, laugh while you can, and remember to like and subscribe and tell your friends about us.
Beer for Breakfast Morning Show is brought to you by Ground Up Remodeling. Tim will take care of your needs from the ground up. Truly one of the best in Lake Placid, and we wouldn't let anyone else work on our handyman or home improvement needs. Call Tim today.
Good morning. Happy Thanksgiving Eve. I hope you get your bird thawed and stuffed with whatever people stuff it with.
Yeah, stop it.
I'm here with Toolman Tim, the Lake Placid legend, and I'm Ron, the obscure guy that no one knows, and I like it that way. It's Thanksgiving Eve. We're going to sit here and watch the birds again, and hang out and talk about things that don't need to be talked about. And we're going MGTOW today a little bit. And if you don't know what MGTOW is, that's great. And if you do know what MGTOW is, wink, wink. You know what I mean?
I want to name that bird Carlos.
Carlos?
Yeah, he'll be our Carlos bird.
Yeah, he looks like he could be a pretty good Carlos.
It just came to me.
Carlos the red. Carlos the red bird. I've got one squirrel out there that I call Hollywood.
You wear sunglasses?
No, but he stares at that camera, boy. And when he turns his back and he's eating up on the thing, and I had the camera right on him, his nuts hang over the tray. And so I was telling somebody, I was doing a live stream of him the other night. I said, he's male. You know, I've been asking any questions about him. He's probably big daddy of all these squirrels around here. But yeah, they got turkeys on sale at Publix right now at 49 cents a pound. And my wife, our producer, told me to wake her up at 7 o'clock sharp so she could be there early. But I don't have any air in my tire.
And we looked at it.
I have a little bit. Yeah, I looked at it last night. It was okay, but it's not completely flat, but it's flat enough that we need to go do a bump to it. And then I guess I'm just going to have to get that thing fixed.
Well,
You know,
got to clean the rim.
I just got to stop being so damn tight, man. You know, because she don't know that the tire's flat yet. If she finds out, hopefully she'll stay asleep during this whole hour. But if she wakes up and finds out, she's going to be like, we're going to get a tire right now. Man.
Yeah, we're going to shit that money out, right?
Yeah. I tell you, man, it's like a cat always finds room. We always seem to find a way.
Yep.
But, you know, medications for her are just getting outrageous. And she has insurance, but, you know, you meet that threshold or whatever, and
Right.
some of them aren't covered and all of that. And
Yeah, mine are weird. When I first got this new medical insurance, it said it's for a doctor and medication. And I went to the pharmacy and asked them about it, showed them a little card they sent me. And they says, oh, this type A medicine will be $3 to $5. Then this B will be 10 to 15. And then like my controlled substance ones are 15 to 30, no higher than 30. Well, the last few times I've went and got my pills, they've been like zero. I'm like, well, what the hell? I'm happy about that.
Yeah,
but it makes me think, oh, here comes a
yeah, they're going to
creep
hit
up
you.
on you, Bill, for $150.
Yeah, at the end of the month, they come back and hit you with a hammer.
Yeah. That's what I hate when you think you're getting away with something. It always bites you in the ass.
You think you got a good deal, and you find out
Yeah, wasn't such a hot deal
Yeah.
after all.
Yeah, they do that. They do that to you, man. I mean,
It's like, oh, just for 7 easy payments of $49.95, and then you figure it out. It's like that
Yeah.
thing just cost me $250 fucking dollars for
I mean,
a skillet.
yeah, I know. I love that. That's
Just because some dude on TV said it's a great one.
you want a good skillet, just get a stainless steel one and put fat in it, or get an iron skillet and put fat in it. That's all you got to do.
Yeah, that's the way Grandma did it.
I can almost everything. We make cakes, cornbread, pancakes, bacon, anything that we cook pretty much. It goes. I deep fry French fries in our iron skillets. I got them from real bitty for just one egg.
Uh-huh.
That sometimes that's what I make. She likes little pancakes, so that's what I make a little pancakes in.
Like silver dollar pancakes.
Yeah, she didn't like them big. But she wants them a lot. She likes them.
I just need 20 of them.
Yeah. But they look neat, you know. She likes them to look neat. Tony's.
I used to make the pancakes for the breakfast on Sunday over at the Moose Lodge.
Yeah.
And one day I dumped it on the skillet out of this little measuring cup. Not that I measured it. It was just an easy thing to pour it. And 2 drops fell after the fact that I made the round circle. And they felt just like Mickey Mouse ears. So then I started jumping it and taking a spoon and running it up just a little bit. And I made Mickey Mouse pancakes. And I only made them for the ladies.
Oh, that's nice.
The guys didn't get those.
That is nice of you. I see people that do art with it. They use different color food coloring in their batter,
Oh, yeah.
and then when they flip them, it looks a drawing.
Huh.
I don't want
Like
to.
how they do on the top of a cappuccinos or whatever.
Yeah,
they
kinda
dump the broth in there.
Yeah, and
Makes
then
like a
do
clover.
that. Yeah, they take the little sticks and do that, and then roll, and then they get artistic. I want to eat my shit. I don't want to look at it.
Yeah, it's not something meant to be
No,
pretty.
I want the meat to look juicy. I want the grits to be buttered and cheesed. Tim doesn't like grits.
I'll eat the butter and cheese. You can have the grits.
Man, you know, if it's so crazy because we live right here on the lake, and there were times in my life I would leave at 4:00 in the morning just to walk down to the boat ramp, just so we could have fresh catfish and cheese grits for breakfast every morning. But I haven't tried to fish anything out of here, but
I've never seen a catfish come out of here.
trust me, they're here.
I'm sure they are.
I told Tony one time, I said, you find me a crappy canal anywhere in Florida if it's got water running through it that's moving through it. I said, I catch a catfish in it. God is my witness. I took a chicken liver and just tossed it right out behind our motorhome one night. And this stream, it wasn't as wide as a house door. It was just a little bitty. And I guarantee it wasn't a foot deep. I got up the next morning and went over there, knocked on the motorhome door and said, honey, come on, get up. We got breakfast. It's a bullhead catfish. It wasn't the best, like a channel cat or.
Right.
They're all bottom feeders, you know. They're
right shit eaters.
Yeah, except for flatheads. Flatheads only eat live. They don't eat live stuff. You can't get a flathead's like a bass. That's why you can't catch flatheads here. Only like 3 places can you catch flathead catfish in Florida, because the bass people, the sports fishermen, literally eradicated the entire state in the 70s of flathead catfish because they were eating the bass.
Huh.
They get 60 pounds, and
Damn.
yeah. Me and Tony have caught big 35 and 40 pounders before, but they're massive, and because they only eat fresh caught food, they don't eat the garbage meat.
Right.
There's a different taste to them, and they're really good. They're really good.
Well, you know, if you want to eat shit, you can eat shit. If you want to eat fish, eat fish.
I like channel cat and blue, but if you know how to clean them, and I do, a lot of people say catfish tastes like mud, and that's because whoever cleaned it don't know how to clean it. You got to get them bones. You got to flay the bones out of it, or it's going to taste like mud. There's a red vein that goes down its back. You got to cut that out, or it's going to taste like mud. I don't give a shit how you clean it. I watched a video the other day. Some guy said, you don't have to skin your catfish. You can cook it with the skin on it. I'm like, you a nasty son of a bitch. I'm like, you a nasty son of a bitch, because there's no way. There's no way.
Yeah, who wants to eat a fork full of mud, right?
Oh my God. And you know, they always say, well, go over to the Catfish Charlie's or wherever, and they serve whole fried catfish. Well, it's going to taste like mud, and there's no way around it.
My buddy just loves catfish. He loves it when they have all you can eat catfish. He's not a very big dude. Man, he can shovel that crap down like it's freaking going out of style.
You give me catfish and a thing of hot sauce and ketchup, or tartar sauce.
I
Dude,
like tartar sauce.
you give me tartar sauce and there will be no fish in that lake. I love tartar sauce. But I like hot sauce and ketchup, and I'll just dip my catfish in that. And I used to would make probably 5 pounds of it on a Sunday, and that's what we ate. We ate that all day long, because I cut them up in chunks.
Yeah.
And it was like popcorn shrimp or something. You just go by and you keep it in it. We had a warmer light, and we would keep it under that light.
Right. Just
Keep it warm. Yep, and just dip it and run. We've got these trays that'll keep everything cold, whether it's your condiments or your vegetables, because Toni likes raw vegetables, and we put the tartar sauce and everything in that, and then I just walk by and all through the day. And then if you were hungry, it just takes 5 minutes if you know how to make grits. Well, it doesn't. It takes 20 minutes to make grits, but I can make cheese grits that'll curl your lips, man. But we put garlic in there, and it's like 10% grits, 60% garlic, 5% salt, and the rest is cheese.
Well, if you skip the 10%, I'll be right there.
No, grits are good, man. You know what? I had a bunch left over one time. We had some friends over, and they didn't like grits either. So I'm up here with a big old pot of grits, and I'm like, what the hell am I going to do with these grits? So just goofing off, I decided that I would add a little bit of cornstarch and water to them. The cornstarch tightened them up.
Right.
And actually it was flour and water, and that would tighten them up. But then I got cornstarch and rolled them so it wouldn't stick together.
Make them a pancake grit.
No, I called them briskets.
Briskets.
I shoved a piece of mozzarella cheese in the middle and made a meatball looking thing out of them, a little cheese ball, about that big around. About as big around as, a meatball. Yeah, a golf ball. And I drop it in that iron skillet with the peanut oil in it. They come up golden brown, and they were so good. It didn't taste like grits. So I said, what are we going to call these damn things, Toni? She said, I don't know. I said, you know what? We're going to call them briskets because they look like a biscuit.
Tastes like a brisket.
And they taste like, I don't know. They tasted like, because it was cheese grits anyway. Then I put that mozzarella in there and fried them. It was just really good. And I did that a bunch of times, but then I got tired of doing it.
Should have patented it. You might add some.
I get tired of making the same shit.
Never get tired of this.
Oh yeah,
The happiest sound in the morning.
It is a good sound. I can't believe it took it that long for you to get here. We've been on the air for
I know.
23 minutes. Shit. And I don't think I've shut up the whole time.
I've lost my touch.
Ugh.
Well, here's the turkey day eve.
I hope everybody's got their turkey thawed. And
some people don't even eat turkey; they like ham.
I have that on one of our. I have that on our. I like ham. I'll eat ham, but you don't even have to give me a reason to eat ham.
Yeah, but a lot of people they just don't like turkey. I can't imagine.
Nobody voted yet, but yeah, have a turkey or ham is our poll.
Wow.
So if you want turkey or ham, we just got to know.
Some people cook them both.
I have done that, and a lot of times because it's just me and Toni, we'll just go buy a chicken,
right?
Then bacon chicken because I like smoked turkey because I like to slice it and eat it like if I'm going to Sonny's. I want to have it as because that's every time I go to, even if there was a Sonny's here in town that was worth eating at,
yeah,
I'd go there and I would order the smoked turkey with that big garlic bread, those log fries, and a bunch of ketchup, and a bunch of their hot sauce. I mix their hot barbecue and their sweet barbecue together. I eat there. I can do that all day long, man.
Instead of just getting the medium, you make your own.
The medium's not sweet enough, or it's not hot enough. I want, I like I don't know, but
gotta have that special redneck blend.
Yeah, I want that. I want it a little bit sweet, but I want it hotter than sweet.
Mm-hmm.
And I've got up in my cabinets, I've got all this hot sauce. Friends used to send me. I don't even know if I have all of it anymore. They sent me butthole hot, red butt hot, all this crazy. Every time they'd go somewhere and see some weird hot sauce and it was labeled weird, they'd go, "Oh yeah, I gotta send that catfish," because that's what everybody called me was catfish back in the day. And they're like, "Yeah, we gotta."
My buddy chum bucket was like that. He would collect hot sauce. He must have had 30 bottles of goddamn hot sauce, and half of them taste just the same.
Mm-hmm.
The hottest one I ever ate was called Dave's Insanity sauce. It comes in like a Tabasco bottle,
Uh-huh.
and it says right on the label, "Very hot, used by the drop. Good luck."
Somewhere now, I don't know if it's in one of my totes that I just put stuff away at. I got some hot sauce that comes in a medicine bottle. It's got an eyedropper, like an eyedropper.
Chum bucket had that.
And the prescription bottle on it has the skull and crossbones on it because it's 100% capsaicin, which is what makes peppers hot.
And it will kill you.
It was my dad is the one that gave me that. He goes, put a little bit on your pinky.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I ain't worried about it. I mean, eat hot sauce. That burned the shit out of me. I mean, for like an hour, it was hurting. And
I like when you get something that it starts out and everybody goes, "Oh, this is so freaking hot, you can't believe it." You go, "Oh, give me some of that." So you take like a stir stick for a drink, dunk it in there, stick it in your mouth, and you're like, "Oh, that ain't hot. That's actually pretty tasty." And then about a half a minute later, you're freaking drinking 2 gallons of water and eating bread.
But I kind of like it that way. I like it when it gives you a chance to actually taste it.
Right.
But then you start, but then you feel that heat on the back end. I like that. But Toni doesn't like. It took forever. If I put a brisket or a ham or a pork shoulder, or we love standing rib roast, anything like that, I put that on the grill. I smoke it. When it's done, I bring it in, and I grab a little bit of my barbecue sauce. Toni won't touch it with nothing. She'll just reach over there, almost like she's a cave woman. You don't even get, because you know it's good when you reach and grab the bone and twist it, and the bone just slides out.
Oh yeah,
that's how I do mine. That's
absolutely.
When I pulled that turkey, I went like this with the leg, and it went. Doop. I went, okay, time to go. As soon as that leg separated, I'm like, it's done.
Check it. I've had the thermometer.
I've never used the thermometer.
Just for good measure, but I usually go by the bone trick. If you can twist the bone on the drumstick, you're done.
Yeah, I don't use.
And if you overcook it, it won't twist because it'll dry it out. So you measure it that way too.
Right. Yeah. I put my hand on the top of the grill. You can't read my temperature gauge.
Right.
But my hand knows. I mean, my hand knows. I've done it so long and so many times.
If you leave the fingerprint on the glass, it's just right.
Ooh, that was a little much. That was a little too hot. That's why I don't always would slap it. My dad did that. I learned how to do all that with him. And we always had these old men friends that would sit on the side of the road and sell it. They would sell barbecue sandwiches.
Oh, yeah.
$2. They'd barbecue. You can either get it with or without sauce and a pickle. And I was coming home from work. It'd always be on the side. There's a guy up in Willatka that has he sits up there every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday after church on Sunday. And he smokes this meat, and but he doesn't take a dime for it. Every penny that he makes goes to the high school softball because he played softball when he was a kid. This man's in his 90s. I guarantee that he's dead now. But he was in his 90s back then, and he just sat out there. That was his. Everybody come and talk to him. He had the time of his life. After his wife died, that's what he started doing. And had a big old smoker about as big as his desk table.
Yeah, my buddy Larry Chumbucket, he hits me up yesterday to hang some shades up because his patio is getting too hot with the sun beating through the glass. And I says, how can it get hot in here? It's freaking 45 degrees out. Sure enough, 5 minutes sitting there, you're sweating because it was like a sauna, man.
Yeah.
That sun would beat through that glass and warm it right up.
Driving from here to Walmart, she's got the air on, and half of me is cold. The other half, that sun coming beating through that window and through that dashboard. I'm hot as shit. I'm getting the sunburn in it. Yeah, so
hot flashes.
Yeah, I'm catching the menopause.
I actually had a pill I was taking that was doing that to me. I quit taking it. It was for cholesterol.
Yeah.
And I didn't say nothing to the doctor for, a few months, not thinking it was that. Well, I forgot to take it like 2 days in a row, and all of a sudden these hot flash things are going away. And I finally said something to the doc, and she gave me a different prescription. Now that doesn't happen. I thought I was going through womenopause.
When I got the my cholesterol medicine, it starts with an A. They told I started taking naps.
Oh, really? Tired you out?
Amplodipine or whatever. Yeah, So I had a call up a phone consultation with her 2 days later or 2 weeks later, and I said, I don't know what these pills that you gave me are, but I can't stay awake. I mean, I literally can't. If I don't take them most nights, and I'm supposed to take them at nights. I don't even take them because if I do, then I'm going to sleep for the next 12 hours, and I don't. All you got, if you want me to go to sleep, all you got to do is feed me. I'm like a baby.
Yeah, feed me, change my diaper, and put me to bed.
Been like that since I was a kid. You feed me, I'll go lay down in the woods. I don't give a shit. You feed me, it's time to eat.
You lay down under the squirrel feeder and let them drop crap on you.
They would throw stuff. You ever had them throw anything at you?
No.
When we were out there in Venus, Jethro hangs out in this big. I'd raked it all out for him, so he had a nice little place to play, and we would play with his boomerang constantly. And he'd finally get tired and lay down, and them squirrels had feeders, the same kind of feeders here, all over those trees. And he would be under the wrong one, and they would drop pine cones right on his head, man. And then the little bitty, after they were eating them, because they loved to eat the green pine cones,
right?
They'd pull apart, and then there'd be one that was too tough, and they're damn sure if it wouldn't land right on his head.
They're laughing up there, looking down. Watch this!
And
I'll
you
get
could
that
tell,
dog right in the head.
because if he moved, then the squirrel would move. I mean, it was not. I'm not even kidding.
Like they were chasing him.
They were playing with the dog. And you know, a squirrel will bark. Oh, and
Right. They're noisy bastards.
yeah. Don't let them under your car. They love to taste the wire.
Oh yeah. Somebody told me the wiring in a car, like for mice and squirrels and shit, is sweet to them. That's why they eat it.
Must be.
I just think they're stupid. That's all.
I just don't think animals are all that stupid. Hold on a second. I don't think animals are that stupid. I just think that they have their way of figuring shit out that works for them.
Right.
You know, because these birds.
Well, let's see them do a morning show, little fuckers.
They probably do. They probably got.
They got their own little squirrel show.
Acorns in the morning with
With Harvey
Squirty
and
Rat and
Pablo the bird.
because I'm convinced that animals talk to each other. So I mean, I'm convinced of that shit.
Oh yeah. Why do lions go out in the woods and roar? They attract females. That's like
Right.
going, "Hey, bitch, come here."
Yeah. Hell, man, I'm telling you, these
You know, it cracks me up. Lions are supposed, lions. The male lion is supposed to be the big dominant, symbol of toughness. Yet the female does all the work, does all the hunting and
as it should
everything.
be. As it should be.
Not a bad gig. If
Our
you
job
get
is to tell them how to do it, and
and look good.
they do it.
See, in the animal world, the male always looks better than the female, and in the human world, the female always looks better than the male.
Yeah.
Well, maybe that's because I'm a male and I'm not going to find another guy that attractive.
No, I mean, you know.
Now, granted, there are some good-looking damn dudes.
All right, Tim. All right.
Not attractive like sexually.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I mean, you got them.
Like,
out there.
handsome guys.
Yeah.
Which I am not one
My
of.
wife calls them pretty boys.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
Yeah.
That we are.
Yeah, no, she didn't call us pretty boys.
It's cause
Yeah,
idiot.
she'll say, "Oh, he's a pretty boy," and I'll say, "He's sweet." Then
He's
just
like
a little
the slippers, yeah.
ding, 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 ding. He's sweet,
That sweetie.
Yeah. She's like, not everybody that takes care of themselves is gay, and I'm like, yeah, prove me wrong.
Like, I'll take my shower once a month, damn it. I don't care what you say.
I don't have a problem taking a shower, just putting that razor to my face that gets me, man.
Oh, I know.
And if I don't shave today, she's gonna come after me with a whip.
She'll tie you up and
Yeah,
shave
especially
for you.
now that it's all gray and shit. She's like, you got to get rid of that. You got to let go. I'm like,
Well, I used to have the big pork chop sideburns,
yeah,
and when I had dark curly hair, that looked good. Now, my wife said to me a few months back, she goes, "You really got to get rid of them sideburns." I said, "I've had them for years. Why?" She goes, "Because they used to be dark and look good. Now they're gray and look like hell. Shave them off."
I had a beard, and I didn't shape it or anything. I just let that shit grow. And Tony finally one day said, "All right, look."
Got the mountain man look.
Yeah, she's like, "Okay, look, this ain't working for me. I mean, I know all these guys on TV have the beards and all that." It was right about when that stupid Duck Dynasty came out.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, "Oh, I could grow a
Boy,
beard."
that disappeared quick.
It was a shitty show.
You know what happened to them? They got all wacky religion and started like making a point of religion, and it drove people off. At least the people that produced them and paid them.
It pissed the people that produced them off. It didn't piss. Matter of fact, the people that followed them loved that Christian shit so much that they put them on 2 other channels.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But
I've seen them.
There was a
Phil
came
on a religious show before.
Yeah, they all do. The daddy and all of them go on those 700 Club crazy.
Yeah.
But
they're good people.
They're good people. You know, but
to each his own.
But he came out and said something, the daddy, about gay people.
Oh yeah.
And you're working with the Hollywood people. Half of them people are gay or something.
You can't do that.
Artistic people are typically
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, they get creative
stereotype.
It is what it is. I mean, people get stereotypes for a reason. That's why in drama club as a kid, that's how you found out who the gay guys were. Right over there, in the drama club.
That lineup right there.
Yeah, in chorus. Everybody like, you gonna take chorus? I'm like, no, I'm good.
Yeah.
I don't even want to sing in the church. Thank you. Have a good day.
Yep, happy days.
Yeah, I just never was.
That's another thing that kills me is church music. It's like, even there's some of these churches now that have like a band that have drums and guitars, and I always used to think it was the organ music that I didn't like. What I figured out that I don't like is that little old lady right behind me that thinks she can sing, and she sings extra loud and off key the whole time. Oh, I'm such a music connoisseur, I've got the right to be this way, but it's like, good Lord.
They call it a joyful noise. There's no bad singing in church.
I beg the difference.
I grew up in a primitive Baptist church that didn't have music. Trust me, there's a lot of bad singing in church. These old men that the only time they sing is on Sunday and Wednesday.
And in the shower.
I doubt they even sing in the shower because you can't dance.
They scare themselves out of the shower.
Good people, good soft and earth people, but I mean, we're talking, like I said,
not everybody can sing.
It was the 90s before women were allowed to face forward in the church. That's the truth. They weren't allowed to hold office in the church. They're still not, as far as I'm aware. But they had to face the back, and they weren't allowed to talk at all to the men.
Oh, that must have killed them.
No, they could talk to the women, but no talking to the men. And they were faced behind. They faced backwards while the preacher was preaching.
Well, the Moose clubs used to be that way back in the day. They were a man's club only, but that's obviously changed. Now they have ladies of the Moose. They have their own chapters and everything. And they're all a group of the Moose, but they have their own separate entity.
You can have black only clubs, you can have women only clubs, you can have gay only clubs, but you cannot have white men only clubs.
Yeah, it doesn't seem
you can't have a white man club. I mean, I remember you went to the Elks.
How about the He-Man Women Haters Club?
That's what MGTOW is. Men go their own way. That's what MGTOW is all about. MGTOW is men go their own way.
What was that show back from the 60s that the He-Man Women Haters Club? It was little kids.
Oh, yeah, Spanky.
Yeah, Spanky and all them.
No girls allowed. We're the He-Man Women's Haters Club. Yeah. Our gang. Yeah, with Spanky and Alfalfa. Alfalfa always had a crush on the girl, and Spanky's like, I'll whip your little ass.
You see the guy that had the goofy hair lip?
Yeah, with the little hair lip with the thing up, and he was always in love with Darla. Darla was worked at the Barnett Bank. That's how old I am. There used to be a bank in Florida called Barnett Bank. And she was a teller at the Barnett Bank on Silver Springs Boulevard, North Carolina, for years. She's friends with my mama.
The real person?
The real Darla, yeah.
I'll be damned.
Yeah, gosh, man. Barnett's been closed for 35, 40 years, so that's how old I was. A lot of people, back before Ocala became the retirement on top of the world and all that,
right?
The people that had money moved to Ocala because that's where the horse farms were.
Oh, yeah.
And and it was cheap as shit to live there. I mean, there was no malls or anything. We had a Sears town. Our mall was Sears town. It was Sears. The sign said Sears town.
I'll be damned.
And it started out with the big Sears, which was an anchor store. You had your photography, everything you wanted in there.
Right.
Then as you went down, it was everything else. Like the Maytag dealer was there. You had a hardware store there, and it was nothing but a laundromat, not a laundromat, but a dry cleaner who's still there. It was on that corner. That Sears has been Big Lots now. It's been an Albertsons grocery store. Because, Sears,
they're belly up, I guess.
Well, they went to malls. A lot of them went to malls, and they got rid of their freestanding stores because that land's expensive.
Yeah. Well, now even malls are pretty much wiped out because of people buying on the internet. The mall here in town,
Oh, it's crazy dead.
I don't think there's 5 stores left in the whole building. There's a movie theater with 3 theaters in it.
And it's not Bell Quincy. What is it?
They've
Montgomery Ward's is there, isn't it? Montgomery
Well,
Ward's.
they used to be. They're gone. Kmart was in there. They're gone.
The new Kmart left.
I think Kmart's still out too.
If you know any stockholders for Kmart, their most productive store, I mean, for decades and decades and decades, was the one on Silver Spring Boulevard in Ocala.
Huh.
They never understood why, but here's why: you either bought shit back then from Sears, or you bought it from Kmart. That was the only 2 options. There was no Walmart. There was no nothing. And my mama would say, "I'll do anything." My mama, she hated Sears. She hated Sears. And the reason she hated Sears is she bought a bra one time, and it hurt her. And she said she went back, and this was, I don't know if she tried to get it replaced or she bought another one where the lady told her it would fit her properly or whatever. And it didn't. It kept hurting her. And so Mama said, you can't buy underwear or bras from Sears. And if she's going to go, she's just going to go down the road a mile and a half and go to Kmart to get it. But
Cheaper probably anyway.
when they, yeah, but it was. But if you wanted your tools to last back then, when they still used American steel, you could get crafting tools.
Right.
And that's what, as farmers, we didn't have Snap-on coming to our house in the 80s and
No,
the
everybody
70s
had
and the
Craftsman.
60s.
That was because they had a lifetime warranty.
And they still do, but it's Japanese shit. What good's lifetime warranty if after you fix your motor, you got to take 10 tools back and have them replaced?
That's why when I was a mechanic, I used to have Craftsman stuff because from being a kid, of course,
Yeah.
every Christmas you get this from your mom and dad or your grandmother or that. And I had a shit ton of them. And then I got tired of breaking shit every week. I'm running to Sears. So I finally just switched it all over to Snap-on. The Snap-on guy gave me a trade-in for my Craftsman
Yeah.
and tripled the price and gave me the same wrench with said Snap-on.
Yeah, but you can replace that no matter what. No bullshit, and they'll come to you most of the time. If you see them,
Yeah.
because they got to come get that weekly check money.
That's right.
No.
Yeah, I used to
Did
have
they,
an
did they
account
take
with
your
the,
tools back if you didn't pay them, or what? How'd that
yeah,
work?
because
Did
it
they?
was corporate that paid for it.
Oh.
It was like a national warranty, not an individual.
No,
had
I
a
mean, if you
Sears-
bought tools, on time and didn't pay for it, did they come back and take them back, or how'd that work?
No, you had a credit line. They just busted your credit.
Oh.
I had a Craftsman or a Snap-on account with the truck driver. He would give you like, say, I'll give you $500
Yeah,
credit.
That's how
Keep
we
buying
did it.
it from me. And if you bought, like when I bought my big toolbox, he didn't want to front that kind of money out of his end. So he set me up with a Snap-on corporate account, which is like a credit card basically.
Right.
And I had to make payments through the mail to Snap-on Corporation. That was a nice payment.
I bet that was.
I
But-
came home, my wife couldn't believe it. She goes, "What in the hell did you buy? You've got 3 hats and 2 shirts."
Yeah, but you know what? You'll never have to buy another toolbox unless the hurricane takes it.
Right?
And it better be one badass hurricane to pick that fucker up.
Oh yeah, I can't even pick some bitch up.
No.
It's got the top box and the bottom box, and I cannot lift the top box with tools in it by myself.
I couldn't lift the top drawer. And first of all, it's too neat for me. And that's why I'm on our little workbench here. Mine is got paper scattered everywhere. I clean yours off every morning before you get here. Every morning.
Mine's nice and neat.
Because I'm like, shit, he's going to see that and leave, and I can't do this show by myself.
You and the squirrels be talking to each other.
No, we do that anyway. You don't want me to have to get Toni out here and have to talk to her because she gets mad. And she always says if I say the F word, she gets mad. And I don't even know that many other words. So,
Most of my vocabulary starts with the F-bomb.
mine too. Tell me about those doors you put in over at Tomato Head.
Hey, you remembered his name finally.
I did remember his name.
Yeah, the guy that bought Tomato Head's house. Tomato Head, he didn't give 2 shits about how things worked, or as long as the door closed, he's happy. Well, he had a gap under the doors about 1.5 inches. They went into a garage, but still, this guy didn't like it. He thought bugs are going to get in. It's like, if you keep a bug out of your house, good luck, buddy. But anyway, he had me put a brand new door in. And of course, he wanted to change it from an in-swing door to an out-swing door. And I had to customize the framework and put the door in backwards. And It was quite the ordeal, but it came out really nice and sealed perfect. Came out just dead nuts, which is unusual. The door latch lined up, which hardly ever happens. The damn deadbolt one always has to be thunder. But we got that one. And then he had me take the old door that was going into the house and move it to the other side, which went into like a little shed building built off the garage. And he says he didn't care how it fit, how it looked, which way it swung, any of that. Well, sure as shit, by the time we're all done, he's like, well, there's a gap at the bottom. It's like, dude, you didn't buy the door that fits the opening. You used the door you had. And this door was custom cut. It was not a full-size door. It was 3 inches short because of a stupid pieced-together house. Thing was built out of like 5 different sections. It started out as like a little bungalow and turned into a 3-bedroom, 2-bath house with a garage. It was add on. He's really put some money into that place, though. He's put a solar panel on the roof yesterday. A whole bunch of them were up there. Brand new septic, like $10,000 for a septic nowadays down here. Like crazy. I built my whole freaking sand filter system, tank, and everything, probably for $1,300 when I built my house up in New York. Now it's 10 grand. Just put some sand and a couple of pipes in it. It's crazy money.
It's crazy how.
Speaking of crazy, here comes Ron.
Yeah. It's crazy how things cost so much.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
and everything got blamed on, oh, because you couldn't get it during COVID. Well, why the hell couldn't you?
yeah.
You can't tell me they didn't have fucking toilet paper made before the day COVID came out.
Who?
And who got the shits from COVID? Nobody.
Well, they
But
have
they
a
bought
hurricane.
all the paper.
They have a hurricane, and everybody's at Walmart buying 16,000 rolls. All of a sudden, now hurricanes gives you the poops.
Right. And you're never going to see toilet paper again after the hurricane. Like all the trees are going to disappear.
And I don't even think they make it out of trees anymore. I think they make it out of recycled cardboard.
Yeah, it probably is recycled.
I mean, I don't see them cutting down.
Well, I said if they, with the COVID bullshit and you couldn't buy toilet paper, I must have 300 T-shirts and 200 of them are got a speck of paint on them or a little rip in them. I use them for work shirts. And I told my wife, I said, hey, I'm never going to run out of toilet paper.
Mm-hmm.
I just start cutting them goddamn T-shirts up and using them to wipe my butt.
It's you couldn't find
paper towels.
It amazed me. It amazed me that there was some weird immunity that hovered over convenience stores, liquor stores, and Walmart because those people couldn't catch it. Because when your liquor store, and to me and you, the liquor store is an essential employee. I mean, we do give them Christmas cards, but
right.
But
and my buddy owns one.
Booze is not essential. I mean, it for some people maybe, but
super wine and liquor brought to you live.
If this stuff is if there's a pandemic going on,
first thing I'd buy up would be all the goddamn beer and liquor I need. You know,
before they start closing everything down, I'll mortgage my house and take care of my shit. But
that's right. You got a back room full of freaking bottles of booze, and I'll have a back room full of beers and cans.
And then my wife will have enough snack food to get her drink for like 6 years.
There you
go. That's just craziness. I just never understood why.
Yeah, they didn't sell out of Doritos. Must be smoking dope wasn't big during the pandemic.
They didn't sell it. I mean, the cigarettes were getting made and delivered. The booze was getting made and delivered.
Oh yeah, that's exempt.
Yeah, it just struck me as odd. If they had a vice tax on it, they
we'd have got rid of the national debt.
No, well, yeah. But that's what you need. You need a bunch of sad alcoholics at home with a limitless amount of booze or wine.
Shit, I'd never leave the house.
They're depressed. They're already depressed because they can't see their friends go. I mean,
Well, in your case, that wouldn't bother you a bit.
No, it doesn't bother me. No. Matter of fact,
You'd live on a desert island, you and the wife, as long as you had enough booze, sweets, and toilet paper.
Matter of fact, Tony said, "This is so nice. You know, this is," and this was in not the Clueston as a downtown, but I mean, it's right there on 27 too, and you can hear the semis constantly. And she's like, "Man, you know this? We can sit out here at night. You don't hear anything."
Mhm.
And that went on for like a year, man. It was like, I mean, you can just go out we could walk over to the little corner store.
Be dead silent.
Nobody's there, you know. It's just he's from Canada via India, or from India via Canada, whatever. And he's got a weird name, but he goes by Mike. But somebody told me his name was Pat, and I said, "What?" I said, "Is your name Mike or Pat?" And he just looked at me and said, "Yeah." So now I walk in, I'm like, "What's up, Mike Pat?" He's like, "Hey, how you doing, Ron?" I'm like,
Yeah, Mikey Pat, what's
I
up?
just call him Mike Pat. And I call his wife, that little one that's in the picture with me.
Yeah.
I call her Little Mike Pat.
Little Mike Pat.
His kids are awesome. His daughter works at the hospital, or at one of the. She worked at my doctor's office, but she doesn't work there anymore. I think she moved up. She finally got her nurse's degree.
Huh.
And her son is a big, muscular son bitch, or their son. And he kind of just works at the store and intimidates people that think they're going to rob him.
And he's Billy Bob.
Yeah, he's got that. He's got that look going. Go ahead and rob us if you want to,
Yeah, you going
but
through
so
me.
does she. That little bitty half pint of a woman,
Oh, she'll whoop your ass.
and she'll let you know this pistol underneath this counter is almost as big as I am, and I do know how to use it.
Might take 2 hands to hold it up, by God, but I'll get you.
And I've seen him come over that counter at people stealing shit down the aisles.
No
He
kidding.
was a thin, very fit guy. He'd come over that counter, and I'm like, I'm out. This ain't.
This ain't for me.
I'm not in this one because you're in better shape than me, dude.
Yeah, really.
No, he's a good. He was a really good guy. I think he probably was a lot like your friend over at the Hideaway. It's a real good, hard ass working man. Didn't stop working. I mean, worked constantly.
Yeah, and his wife are there 7 days a week, and when they're not there, they're monitoring everything on the camera system they have.
You got to.
They're worse than the freaking bank. They got like cameras touching everything.
You got to.
Yeah.
Well, so do we. Drive around our house. You can't.
No, that's true. You can't get on
can't
my property
you
without
can't
me
come to our
knowing.
house. And I got a new security camera yesterday. So, I mean, we're like, you would think we had money or something.
Yeah, really. What are you protecting?
My wife.
My good looks and charm.
Yeah, I ain't worried about me, and I ain't worried about our vehicles. I'm protecting my wife.
Oh, I'm worried about the vehicle for
You
sure.
are, yeah. Y'all got. You
My
got.
wife loves
You got
that
damn
car.
near $100,000 in your driveway,
Oh yeah.
if not more. I got $8,000 on a good day with a flat tire.
Well, $795.
Yeah. Yeah, I just can't.
Pump the tire up, go back to $8,000.
She can't bring herself to get rid of it because there's nothing wrong with it. But now it's 2 little things. It's got a flat tire and a little bit of oil leak.
A little.
Hey man.
Hey, you check the gas and change the oil.
Yeah.
Fill the oil, check the gas.
I gotta fix that too. I mean, I just don't. If it runs,
Yeah.
I just don't. It runs. And
Dump a little oil in it.
and it's a
go.
Toyota. I mean, you can run a Toyota without oil for 100,000 miles.
Oh, at least a half a day.
I mean, Toyotas are like the old Mopar motors used to be. You couldn't kill them, whatever you tried to do.
Yeah, the old slant six with a
Yeah.
rod knocking. You could drive that bitch uphill, downhill, dump water in the oil. Some bitch would run forever.
I had a 318, and it was burning oil real bad. And my dad said, "Oh yeah."
We'll fix that.
He
Put
said
garden
that-
hose in it.
He said, "Is it running good though?" But other than that, does it run good? I said, "Yeah, it just smokes real bad." He put sawdust in the oil pan.
Ha!
I put another 60,000 miles on that old 79 truck.
I'll be damned.
That's the one that we ended up putting the van motor in. I said, "Why?" He goes, "I don't know, something about the sawdust." And it was fine sawdust.
Huh.
And I bet you it went up there. I bet you could have played ping pong ball between them rings. Either that or it just sanded everything down and honed it out a little bit. I don't know.
When I worked at a Dodge dealer when I was just out of high school, one of the mechanics, he was a ex-military guy, and he was like one of them little brick shit house built guys. I saw him carry a full 318 motor minus the intake across the shop and drop it on the parts department counter because they wouldn't come get it when he wanted it gone. And he broke the counter dropping it on it. One day he was pissed off. This cop car kept coming back for drivability problems. It wouldn't idle right, or it skipped or some bullshit. And he'd lost his ass because they worked flat rate. And that, after a certain point, it keeps coming back, you're eating it. So he got sick eating it. It was under warranty. So he says, I'll fix this son of a bitch. He goes and grabs the garden hose, sticks the freaking throttle to the floor with the sniff pipe on the thing so it sucked the exhaust up. Put a garden hose right down the fucking air cleaner with it wide open.
Oh no!
And that some bitch wouldn't blow. He was so pissed
No
off
way.
he couldn't blow it up.
Damn.
So then he just took all the water out of it, overheated it, and cracked the block. And he says, there, now it'll run. So he got a brand new motor.
It had to be hard to crack a block back then in them days.
Yeah, it was in the
Because now you can
late
just
80s.
warp ahead. Yeah. Now you can just warp ahead or
Oh, yeah, heads warp constantly.
these little aluminum heads. All you do is just get it 10 degrees over heat, and you got to get a head gasket. And
Yeah, no, grind the heads, resurface.
then you put that Obama gas in it, leave it in there for more than a day.
When
Then
your carburetor's messed up or your injectors are plugged.
yeah. They can't leave well enough alone. Now they got fake meat. You can buy fake meat.
Yeah, I've heard it.
You know what?
Chemically grown meat.
I don't eat much fast food because I like to see my food. I like to know who cooked it. I like to go to the local butcher. Lolly is the local butcher here, by the way. You probably know who that is.
Yeah.
You get your food from them people, or at least that it's that it actually came from a cow that didn't have 8 legs.
Right. I like Hartzels.
But-
They're expensive as hell, but they have really good meat.
Really good meat over there. And rabbit and everything.
Oh,
Now,
yeah. He's got it. You name it, he'll get it.
I mean, over here, Arcadia. The people in Arcadia, it's a fruit stand, but I get boiled peanuts from there and all kinds of crap.
Yeah, K&K or K and something.
Yeah, it's something. I don't know.
K&J. That's it.
But I like it. What do you need? This?
Yeah.
I like it. But Tony likes rabbit. But you can go get rabbit, you can get chicken, and they just kill them bitches. That ain't something that they picked up from.
Hopped along the parking lot. Now
Well,
it's on the
no, but
shelf.
they got farms that the farm people bring it to them, and
Yeah, they have their own beef supplier.
yeah,
And there's 2 different types of beef you get there. You get the USDA regular stuff you buy in the grocery store, and then they have what they refer to as Mexican beef, which must be like homegrown around here.
oh yeah.
That's what they call it, and it's got a different color absorption pad under it. That's how you know which one's which when you go into there.
Well, I know that if it's not USDA stamped, you're not allowed to sell it.
Right. Well, this is, but it's like your typical grocery store meat.
Yeah, it's
You
not.
can buy there, or you can buy what they call the Mexican beef.
Yeah,
It's cheaper. I don't know why.
because it's probably produced differently. I mean,
Yeah, it's
when you-
locally, so it didn't have to go through all the.
when you're grass feeding your cows, and most people around here do grass feed, and they're not feeding them up with injections and a whole bunch of hormones, so they're
Right.
saving money on that end. And because we don't have a breeding season in Florida for cattle, you just the cows are constantly dropping and the bulls are always happy,
Of course.
and so it's constantly rotating. But I like our beef was always grass fed, and
walking around the backyard.
yeah, but we would if we would always do a couple acres of you pick peas
Right.
or pole beans or whatever, and if sometimes they didn't, or if sometimes the season was almost over, or people just didn't pick them that year, we just open that up and let the cows eat all them beans, and they'd eat the beans and all that. Man, they love that corn.
Good eats right there.
They loved it.
Yeah, I used to love to go deer hunting up in New York, and I always made sure that within a half mile there was a cornfield. Of course, it's winter, so all the corn isn't growing, but there's still
Sure.
leftover, it fell on the ground and stuff. And man, those deer would just flock to that. That was like a smorgasbord for them. So they'd come wandering through and pop them right there.
That was kind of the way the soybeans were in Omaha.
What do we got for newsworthies today?
Out of Tallahassee, the deadline for the Floridians to apply for the Federal Emergency Management Agency, FEMA, who skipped Lake Placid.
Right?
The assistance after the hurricanes Milton and Helene has been extended to January 7th, 2025. By the way, and this is something Tim and I were talking about the other day, Tabby's is closing. It's for sale for, I think, around $2.5 million.
Oh, it's an old bowling alley, so there's lots of room in there.
There's a lot of, it's a big place, and if it comes with all of the kitchen equipment, I mean, that's a big place. And they've got a long bar. I mean, you're still...
It's done up nicely inside. It's been a third renovation now. It's really decent.
And it's nice outside and inside. There's plenty of parking. I mean, it's a nice place. I mean, it's a nice place. I always like
the super high ceilings. I don't like because it's so loud in there. Like two people talking will make it sound like you got a crowd.
Yeah, it is loud in there. They used to do the karaoke and stuff or whatever.
God, that'd be like singing in a cave.
Yeah,
talking into a freaking coffee can. Oh, I was going to do that. I was going to bring over my empty coffee can and in the morning go, "Hi, this is Tim talking to you from the Joe Biden basement. We're eating ice cream."
I should be doing this. Each night on Coast to Coast, like Les Nessman used to do.
Oh, yeah, like he was in the chopper.
I'm in the chopper right now. We're going over I-75. And
we're going over the Obscure Destinations Studios. Looks like a hell of a crowd outside. Looks like squirrels and birds.
Just take my ear out and go.
I saw the gray cat again finally.
The gray one?
I saw the white one last week and the gray one yesterday.
The black and white one was here staring at the squirrels for about an hour yesterday. Tony said out here in what?
Oh, I haven't seen that one in a long time.
Oh, yeah, he was the little white feet. Not the big fat one, the people that moved took it. But here, I can just put my ear like this and go, there's not much traffic on 27 right now as I fly over in my helicopter because I don't hear anything over there. It's not. But anyway, my producer, the lovely Toni, said each night on Coast to Coast AM, listeners are captivated with discussions of news, current events, conspiracy theories, UFOs, life after death, and all things curious and unexplained. The most listened to
with the helicopter.
The most listened to overnight talk radio program in North America, Coast to Coast AM, is late night talk radio with daytime ratings. Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and say this. George Norrie lost me when he started going on the History Channel on Ancient Aliens. I'm not gonna. I kind of
shows are fucked up.
I kind of believe in you a little bit because I mean I do.
You can't say that there's no chance,
right? I mean because
obviously a chance.
Yeah, because I believe in ghosts too. So there you go.
Oh, I definitely believe
but George Norrie is all right, but he's no Art Bell. Art Bell, he did it in the 70s and 80s until he got so sick and tired he just retired. Art Bell was the GOAT, man. Now, and this is Heartland's Happening, your guide to local events throughout the community. Now, if you don't live in Highlands County...
Oh, that's free to post on there, too.
What do you mean?
Heartland's Happenings. You can post, like, things on there that you want to sell, or, like, if you're trying to sell a boat, you can put it on there for nothing.
We don't recommend you do that. We recommend you pay us $10, and we'll tell all about your boat that you want to.
That's true.
Or $5. We're not sold on anything.
Our loyalty is to a beer and a dollar bill.
Beach House Books and More is now taking pre-orders for custom holiday gift baskets and boxes. Start your shopping early and order yours today to avoid the last-minute holiday rush. Beach House Books offers a variety of gifts and merchandise, new and gently used books, movies, and music to
and blow-up dolls.
And don't say that. That's us that offer that. And music to complement your holiday gift basket. Visit them at 3210 Physicians Way in Sebring. That's what happened to Sebring. We have people that watch in Sebring. I have a friend that watches from North Carolina.
No shit.
And one that's in Ohio.
It amazes me that we're sitting here on the Obscure Destinations studio back porch, and you could be listening to us in like Japan.
Yeah,
this internet right now, stuff is crazy.
Yeah, it is. It used to be.
You know, you don't think you're talking to like the whole world, and you're like, oh, that stupid war here or there.
Yeah.
And it's like those people could actually be listening and going, I'm going to bomb that motherfucker.
Oh, yeah,
I'm going to get him.
Yeah, let me.
What was that address again?
Get me started about Ukraine, my lord. Yeah, yeah. They got people starving in our streets, and we're sending billions of dollars to people we don't know nothing about.
Yeah, really. Whoever even knew where Ukraine was until this bullshit war
Not me.
thing.
Not me.
I still don't know where
I knew
the
where it
difference
was
between
at.
Iraq and Iran.
I do.
They're over there.
I've been to both places. I don't like them. I've been to Ukraine and didn't like that, and I like Russia a lot, except for when it got cold. It really got cold.
And they're commies.
But during that the people aren't really. The government is.
The government is.
The
Yeah.
17 and 18 days of summer. That's pretty over there.
Yeah, I think that's a song.
A lot of mud. There's a lot of mud, a lot of potatoes, and a lot of beets.
Really?
Yeah. And the best vodka does not come from Russia. It comes from Poland.
Polish vodka.
Polish vodka is the best.
Well, if you want to act like a dumb Polak, drink a lot of beer. Or a lot of vodka, I mean.
Yeah. Polish people are resilient, some bitches.
I think they have the most jokes made about them than any nationality in the world.
I think so too. You don't hear them anymore. You heard them a lot in the 70s. You don't really hear them too much anymore.
Yeah, I don't know. People are getting too worried about offending someone, I guess.
I don't know.
Better they just ran out of Polak jokes.
Yeah, I mean, how many times can you do the same screwed in a light bulb joke? The Lake Placid Elks Lodge, number 2661, hosts a bingo every Thursday night. My guess is probably not this Thursday night.
Probably not.
From 6 to 9 p.m.
They use turkeys for place
at, at 200 County Road 612 in Lake Placid. All the proceeds will be going to the Elks Children's Therapy Service and the Elks Youth Camp for Florida kids. Hey, why is it that we haven't? I don't see signs for turkey shoots. There should have been.
Yeah, you would think.
Is our society so freaked out now that we can't even do turkey shoots? Because we used to do turkey shoots.
That used to be a big thing.
I mean, from September till after Christmas, it was turkey shoot season. That's what you did, man. You got
Florida,
your dad, and that's the problem.
rednecks.
Nobody's got a dad anymore. Everybody.
Yeah. What's your daddy's name? Which one?
Mm-hmm.
You know how Mike Tyson calls his kids? Or George
Foreman. George.
He's got like 12 sons named George.
All of them, yeah.
You know how the mother calls them individually?
No.
She uses their last name.
Oh, God. That's right. George Foreman is a good dude.
He's a big dude. You piss him off, you're gonna know it.
And he's got a great grill.
Oh yeah, George Foreman.
Yeah, have you heard? Did you hear that story or something?
I've heard something about it before, but I don't remember.
They wanted him to promote it, and the sales weren't right or something. And he said, "Well, if I put my name on it, people will buy it." And they said, "Well, if you do it, instead of us,
the company,
that's what they did. Instead of us paying you." If you believe that much in your ability to sell these things and you believe in this grill, then we'll give you half the company. And he said, tie it up.
No shit.
Have you ever used one?
Yes, I have.
I like them. The grease drains right off.
A little bit of an angle.
Yeah, they're good. They're hard as hell to clean. That's my problem with them.
You know, it amazes me. It took us all these years to figure out that if you tilt the pan, the grease will come off of your hamburger. Like, God damn, that's just simple fucking gravity.
When I had the pool hall, we had this thing called a monster burger, and we would make them an oval, not like a football oval, but like a long oval, basically a rectangle with rounded edges. And we would put it on.
Where'd you get the bun?
We put it on a hoagie bun.
Oh,
on a hoagie. We called it a monster burger, and we had this friend from Trinidad, this big old girl named Tasha. This big old girl, I mean, 6'1", a good 220, and loved to skydive. Ate it up. But anyway, she would come over from Trinidad. She would get a visa for going to college, and she wasn't really going to college. But she would go to skydive. She would
Where
work.
the hell is Trinidad?
It's a little island.
It's an island.
Yeah, Trinidad. Beautiful little island.
I have no idea where anything is.
It's a beautiful little island. It's not safe. I got a friend that lives there.
Towards England, that way?
No, it's one of ours. It's over this way. But it's over here. It's
east side of the country?
Yeah, it's that way.
Oh, okay.
I have a friend that lives there that used to call us, and he would, when this whole shit, I would say 6 years before this whole shit broke out in Ukraine, he called me and said, "You've been watching Sky News?" And he's a big, giant black guy. And he's You've been watching Sky News, and he's an ex-Marine, right? He's an ex-Marine, but he's from Trinidad, and he moved back. He was raised in Tampa, and he's an American citizen, but his mama and his daddy were from
Are they
Trinidad.
like their skin white there?
No. He's
Dark?
black like coal.
But is that like the?
I think that's
person,
the norm. Yeah.
Like in Africa, dark skin.
If you asked me to pinpoint it on a map, I couldn't. But he used to keep trying to get me and Tony. I'm not allowed to talk to him anymore. Tony said no, not anymore, because he would call me at 11 o'clock at night, going, "Okay, you got to see what's going on in Ukraine right now."
Oh.
And this was way back then, and he meant that shit, and he knew, because he kept saying, "Now look, you need to go to Blackwater. We can get a job. I can get you as a contractor with Blackwater." And I'm like, "No, I'm good, dude. I don't want to go back to Afghanistan.
No, thanks.
I'll go over there. I'm done. I didn't die yet. I don't want to go pushing my luck."
Yeah, really, you only get so many chances and don't
Yeah,
use them all up
Yeah,
at
that
once.
wasn't my thing, man. The money's good, but
Yeah, but is it worth it?
no, and you're so tied up with government bullshit. You got the government up your ass, and you're doing shit that you don't need to be doing. I'm not,
Just to spend the government's money.
and you're doing some heinous shit. I mean, you're doing some heinous shit. You're not really over there building bridges.
Wow.
Yeah, they weren't CVs. Yeah, anytime that someone says they're a government contractor, you gotta look at them with two different visions.
Yeah, it's like, so what are you doing bad for the world?
What do you do? Yeah. Lockheed Martin is where I thought that I was going to get a job when I retired, but they were like, "What's your background? What all schools did you go to?" "Well, I went to survivor school and I went to jump." They're like, "No, what educational schools did you go to?" I said, "Well, I went to pharmacy school, but that was 30 years ago." And they're like, "Yeah, okay, but what schools to help you work in STEM and work at
In
Lockheed
society
Martin?"
and all, yeah.
And I'm like, "Well, I went to survival school. I went to jump school twice. Just to refresh myself. I've done all these things, but
I've been in the military. I know how to kill.
I can kill. I burn down villages."
Oh, ain't anybody like her? I wonder if anyone liked her
They must have, man.
rendition of
I have the
Alice's
whole
Restaurant.
movie. I have the whole movie saved.
Oh, do you?
Yeah. I can't play it on YouTube because they already gave me strikes for yesterday.
Oh, did they really?
Yeah.
Yeah, but we talked during it and sang with it.
Wasn't good enough. Yeah, we did, but wasn't good enough for them.
Oh, some bitches.
So I saved the movie, and I might play it on locals just to play it because so many
How
people.
long is it?
Oh, it's not
A couple hours?
almost as long as the song. That's like an hour and 50 minutes.
Oh, I just saw on the news they were talking about the longest hit song time-wise.
Mm-hmm.
Believe it or not, that stupid, what the fuck's her name? The one that people pay thousands of dollars
Taylor?
for. Taylor Swift.
Oh, that
She's
new one,
got
that
a new
10-minute song
that's 10 minutes long.
about her breakup.
I don't even want to look at her for 10 minutes, let alone listen to her.
What's so funny about her is she's
How the hell did she get so freaking famous?
kids, but and she's got a good songwriting talent, but she's telling everybody to vote for Joe Biden before Kamala started running.
Right.
And some guy I know on the radio that you don't like, that I listen to every morning, that he says the same thing all the time.
Oh, yeah.
He said, "Yeah, Taylor Swift made $17 bazillion off of writing songs about boyfriends that did her wrong, and she's telling you to pick a president."
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah.
Can't even pick a boyfriend yet.
Well,
though.
no, she's doing great picking men.
Yeah.
She's golfing 1,000. If she says pick
Her
Joe
track,
Biden,
yeah, her track record's great. I want to follow her.
even if she would have said vote Trump, I might would have voted for Biden myself just because of her track record. She's nuts, man. But
That always pisses me off, though, when all these politicians think that if they get some musician or actor to back them, that it's going to sway your vote. If you're that stupid to allow, because Taylor Swift or whomever backs somebody, to change your voting decision because, Taylor Swift said they're good, or freaking Donkey Kong voted for Mickey Mouse. It's like, come on, use your fucking heads. Use your own brain. Quit trying to leech off somebody else's lack of.
and just that's what most people in Hollywood, I dare say, didn't even graduate high school. And I'm telling you, they all say, "Well, they've got a degree in this. Those are honorary degrees.
Yeah.
Bill Cosby was never a doctor of education.
No,
Jill-
he was a freaking pedophile and a rapist.
I don't think he was a pedophile.
Raper, yeah.
Jill Biden isn't a doctor. Everyone's like, Jill Biden said do this, and she's a doctor. No,
Yeah.
she's
Can she write me a prescription?
no, she can't. No, she can't. And back in the day, Fauci told you that if you sat across from the breakfast table with your child and you had AIDS, your child could catch AIDS. So these are the people that we're listening to, letting us make decisions.
Right.
See, nobody
And they're
remembers.
going to tell you who to vote for.
Nobody remembers Fauci in the 80s. Us people that grew up in the 80s, that was our sexual revolution, because we were just turning 17, 18, and 19. We wanted to screw everything, and AIDS was so big that we were scared. We were scared to jerk off with a dirty hand, for God's sake.
I would.
Well,
I'm tough.
yeah, you
can't be this dumb and not be tough.
but New York is different. Up there in upstate New York, y'all are just as much as cousins as we are. So
Oh, that's true.
you knew what you were doing, but when you stepped out,
Up in New York, if you got divorced, I always wondered, does she become your cousin again, or is she your ex-wife?
I've got friends that are from up there. I was in the military with, and they were telling me, they'd say, man, I want to go hunting. So I bring them out down to Dad's property. I said, man, if you see it and it doesn't move or neigh like a horse, you can do whatever.
And if it moves, you don't dare shoot that.
I had this one guy, he was this big old jarhead. I mean, he had been wanting to hunt so bad. And we took him out there, and Dad set him up at about the best place that he could be. And he looked at it, and my dad goes, okay, there's a buck right there. It's probably about an 8-pointer. And that guy goes, man, 8-point buck. And he's looking at him. He goes, oh, I can't shoot that little thing. He said, I feel sorry for that little thing. Dad goes, that's a big deer, boy. He goes, oh, no, Mr. Smith, you need to come into my mom and dad's place up in upstate New York.
That's where the deer are.
He goes, it would hurt my feelings if I shot that little thing. He never shot it either. My dad's like, okay, dude.
What are you, fucking crazy? It's a deer.
No, that guy was like, I can't shoot. He goes, I just can't bring because it looks like a baby to me. Because our deer are born bigger than that.
No shit.
It was so funny.
You know, I lived not far from the PA border, and it just amazed me that my buddy that was a great hunter, he was super, super talented at it. He knew the moon cycles. He had all kinds of theories that worked, which surprised me.
Yeah, well, no, the almanac is real.
And he would go just across the border into PA to his buddy's farm, and he would bring the most hugest bucks back. I'd never even seen deer that big in New York State, but he'd go
1 mile over the border.
40 minutes away, and there were these huge ass deer. I don't know what they feed them down there, but it's different than New York.
My dad would sneak away, and us kids always thought he was, so with his wild oats cheating on mama or whatever. But he was going to Moose Jaw. He fit in Moose Jaw, Canada, and he would fish and hunt there. And mama knew what he was doing. He was up there fishing. He would come back with truckloads of meat. I mean,
there you go.
But he would go fishing up there. That was his escape, and he would just go. And
his me time.
When we were, I don't know, I was probably about 12 the first time he took me up there, and I'm looking around going, this is the most beautiful place. I mean, who named the town Moose Jaw? You name your town Moose Jaw because you don't want people to come.
Right.
You're like, we're going to name this town Moose Jaw to keep them fucking Floridians from out of here. We should have named Florida Moose Jaw. Keep the Canadians out. That's not true. I actually like Canadians. I don't know why I give Canadians such a hard time because
just because you can.
Almost everybody. I mean, the people that I listen to on my little talk shows I listen to, my favorite is Lawtooth Sean out of Ohio. But then there's Runkle on the Bailey, who's from Canada. And these guys are gun guys. I'm not even a gun guy. I mean, people say, I've got friends that right now, if they were talking, they'd be holding their gun, playing with it. I'm not like that. I know what I got. I keep it locked up until I want to go clean it. That's the only time I touch it. I don't want to.
They're not display pieces.
Right. They're not. Yeah, they're not art, and they're not for me to sit up here and play on the computer with to let you see them.
Right.
Because I don't think look.
That gets you in trouble anyway.
Two people need to know what guns I got, and that's me and my wife. Nobody else needs to know. Right. Everybody else needs to think they better worry about them Vietnam era fucking booby traps I got in the backyard.
Yeah, I was wondering why that one block doesn't have any mortar. Right behind that block happens to be a freaking Mac 10.
Oh, wouldn't that be nice, man? Wouldn't that be nice?
That's a people sweeper right there.
True. Back in the 80s, you know, it wasn't that long ago. You could get Mac 10s.
You get him?
No, fuck,
That's
I
the
missed
same
him.
net that's been here for a week.
I don't know, man. He's the longevity. He's got something
He's
going
a
on.
slippery bastard. I can't catch him either.
And I have to get. I had a beer yet. Give me a beer. I'll probably catch that fucker.
Oh, there you have it. You want one?
Might as well if you got one.
I got one.
I
I
gotta
know
put
where
my
they
tire
make
up before my wife gets up. You know,
Papa Top.
I
That's the sound.
I finally met the second best mechanic, Tim being the first best mechanic in Highlands County. Sheldon over there at the old
Greg Sheldon. Yeah, he's
at the old what do you call that place?
Rodney's.
Yeah, Rodney's, the marathon. And I know I could go there and get air, or we can fix my air tank.
Yeah, I got to do
But,
that. I'm going to take that with
But
me
Tim's
today.
got a nice air compressor, and he knows how to roll up his cord. Tim has trained his cord. Tim has trained his electric cord so well that I can't roll that son bitch up.
They damn near roll themselves.
But so I just sat out here, and he goes, I'm like, I didn't even really use it but once, and I'm just leaving it here because I was embarrassed. I'm like, I can't give it back to you without the shit rolled up.
I prefer that I roll.
And I was like, I can't figure out how you got it because I laid it out and tried everything that I could. Me and Tony's helping. And I'm like,
yeah,
and it's getting all twisted. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, I don't know what, because it's embarrassing not to give it back to you the way I got it.
Well, yeah,
But-
that's this polite thing. I prefer that if I loan somebody an extension cord, like if I bring the compressor over and lay the cord out, I would rather you just leave the cord and let me roll it up because you can destroy $100 cord
Because
by
I rolled
rolling it wrong because you fuck it all up. And
Yeah.
cords have a memory like a garden hose.
Yep.
They roll a certain way, and mine I'll remember the way I taught them.
Yeah. Mine originally, because I would lift them up and throw one under, lift it up and throw it. Never kinks that way. Lift it up and throw it. I learned it from my dad.
Yeah,
Lift it up and
I've
throw it
seen
under.
people do that before, but mine don't kink up either.
Mine, well, that one metal one you guys are really good.
Yeah.
That's a really good one. And this black one that I burned
Yeah.
and ain't fixed yet, that's because my pond don't need water yet. As soon as my pond needs water out
Then
here,
we'll
I'll
fix
fix it then. If it wasn't for procrastination, I wouldn't have nothing to do tomorrow. But
Yeah, it's not lazy. It's
But-
working on tomorrow.
this one does it not either. I'm telling you, these people that send, that's the problem. If you send me a product and you tell me to promote that product,
Like this.
I will promote that product. But if it's a shitty product, I will tell you that it's a shitty product. I don't care if you give me 10 of them. And that's why I'm surprised that these bird feeder, the new bird feeder, which I like a lot.
It even comes little fake Christmas
It
tree.
has little Christmas trees on it.
It came with a freaking greeting
A
card. for Christ's
Christmas
sake.
card. It really did come with a Christmas
I
card.
know, that's shocked.
Okay, yeah. It says Merry Christmas.
Got a gingerbread boy on the
Well,
front.
and the whole birdhouse has a ginger. It's all done in.
Yeah, it's cutesy.
So of course, as soon as Christmas is over, and
Then you gotta throw the fucking birdhouse away.
I'm gonna paint that shit. Or if you're in the market for a brand new
A brand new Christmas birdhouse.
that sell for $229, I got a good deal on one right now. You can come pick it up.
Slightly used.
No, I ain't even used it yet.
Oh.
All I did was charge it. It ain't plugged. You see it sitting right there.
Oh yeah, there it is.
I've got so many of these other.
It's definitely festive looking.
I've got so many of these other bird cameras. I've got a part of my obligation is I have to film birds with that one for at least a couple days.
Oh.
That's but I like it, and it might be a better camera than this one.
It
Because
looks like the same camera to be
It's
honest
not.
with
These
you.
are white.
Well, yeah, that's green, big deal.
Oh, is it? I thought it was black. But well, no. I mean, I
The
figure
front's
that those
black,
white
yeah.
ones. I'm not happy with a couple things with that. It's very light. And that one that I got back there that catches you every morning.
Yeah.
That thing weighs 6 pounds, man. It's heavy.
Well, then it doesn't sway in the wind.
Right,
so
it
bad,
doesn't do anything until that squirrel jumps on it and scares the shit out of everybody.
Right. This one here, a squirrel jumps on it and might fly across the room.
And
Oh, like that spinning squirrel video you showed.
I love that. That was
That
so
is
funny.
so funny.
I love that.
What'd you
There's
do?
a motor.
You
There's a-
hung a corn cob on a bungee cord, and then the squirrel gets on it and spins in circles.
No. That was something totally different. That one there, they have a guy hooked an electric motor up to it.
Oh, he squirreled
And
him.
when the weight of the squirrel gets on it, it triggers that motor and it starts spinning and spinning it faster and faster and faster.
So the squirrel goes
Yeah.
whooping
Yeah, he
him down.
flies him off and then it don't matter. He comes right back and does it again. But
And you think they're smart.
I do think they're smart.
Maybe he likes it, huh?
They know how to get in that attic.
All right.
Tell you that much. No, I built a crawl. I put two boards together like a, what's that? Like a plus sign, and then I screwed corn on each end of it. And every time the squirrel would jump on it, it would twirl around. And the only way it would work good for them is if they got one on each side. And it didn't take them long to figure out that if
And
they
they
stayed,
balanced it.
yeah, they would balance it. Yeah, that was funny.
The one got pissed off and left,
And
and the
then
other
they
guy
would
goes
throw
flying.
the other one off. That was so funny. But what I didn't have a bird feeder or a squirrel feeder, but I had a bungee cord. So I hooked the corn onto a bungee cord, and the squirrel would jump on it. And when he would pull it down, it would snatch him and throw him. It was one of those black ones, the old black rubber bungee cords. But at night, the rabbit would go up there at night and get on his hind legs and just eat all that corn off of it. And all my neighbors are like, this neighborhood is not a redneck neighborhood. What are you doing? I'm like, hey, it's behind my oak tree.
Feeding my
You
damn
can't
rabbit.
see it. You can't see it.
Can't see it from the road. It ain't there.
Yeah, that's right. No, you know what?
Stay out of my backyard.
Don't even come in my backyard.
First of all, it's like jungle land out there. You get lost.
Oh, this one? Yeah, this one's.
It's a very cool backyard.
I like it. I mean, you don't see any others like it here.
And amazingly enough, before Dean, the previous tenant,
I like to tell people me and you did that, man.
came here, this backyard was just as empty as mine.
Yeah,
I had 2 grapefruit trees and a kumquat tree growing between them.
I love to say kumquat.
Kumquat, it's a fun word. And then the one white grapefruit tree died, so that one went away. Then the kumquat tree came back a little bit better and grew bigger. Then the pink grapefruit tree died, and that went by the wayside. And the middle one, which you used for smoking wood,
Yeah, I did use that.
yeah,
That was the kumquat tree.
yeah, that thing lasted and
It ma-
lasted. And
It
now
made,
finally it's gone, and now there's nothing to mow around, and I don't have a lawnmower.
by the way, if you're interested in some of the, if you like to smoke your meat and you don't want that heavy smoke flavor, me and Tim have the answer. We're starting an orange tree smoker chip business to get rid of all these dead ass orange trees that froze a couple years ago.
Helping your local farmer each and every
Helping
day,
your local farmer and
buying us beer.
and we'll sell. It's all about, you got to. There's only 2 things that me and Tim only need 2 things in this world: keep our wives happy, and to pay our mortgage. And paying the mortgage keeps our wife happy. So all we really need is a beer past that. And then if you drink too much beer, then that makes her unhappy again. So then you have to.
Yeah, and there goes the mortgage money.
Then you have to buy her. Then you have to buy her Baileys. Toni likes Baileys.
It's good in coffee.
So well that moonshine banana, the banana pudding moonshine.
Yeah.
She said, "Don't buy that anymore. I'll be a drunk, and this neighborhood can't afford another one."
Hey, we've maxed out the limits.
She's like, we can't have another one. But she loved that too, because they come in those little bitty cute mugs. It's like the size of a shot glass.
Oh yeah, those are cool.
And she's so weird. She'll take one little sip and put it back in there, and I'm like, you wanted that?
Like, what?
And there's a pecan pie one, not the pecan, not apple pie, but this tastes like pecan.
Not even pecan.
I didn't call them pecans. I just didn't know what oatmeal was until I was 30. We didn't have oatmeal.
Had beef.
In March, in South Carolina in March, it was cold. I'm a Florida boy. We marched all the way to Chow, right? And it was a boiled egg or 2 boiled eggs and grits. And I'm like, what in the fuck is this? And they're like, or not grits, it was oatmeal. And they said this oats, rolled oats. I'm like, that's horse food. What
the fuck are you feeding me horse meal for?
I got sweet feed back there. The sweet, because we would hey, seriously, before calf manna is a good sweet feed. It's for young calves to build them up.
Right.
And we'd put it in our pockets, and then we'd eat that while we were feeding the cows.
It's like trail mix.
It's exactly what it was like. But you had to have young, good teeth, because you got a piece of corn in there, it would take a tooth out, bro.
Oh yeah, you bust tooth clean off.
Take it right out.
Hell, I chew a marshmallow and my teeth crumble.
The older we get, the worse everything goes. And my dad used to say, You look happy now, and you look all energetic now, but you're already 35.
Yeah, wait till you're 60, bitch. You're gonna
Yeah,
hate
he's
life.
Oh, and he used to tell me, he would say, "See, you stayed in the military too long, and you should have got out a lot sooner because your body is gonna start falling apart." And
And you're like, oh bullshit.
I was
I'm
like, I'm tough.
I'm
Shit.
tough as nails.
I can eat those nails. I can
Yeah,
eat a 10 penny
55
nail and
years old,
spit on
yeah.
a barbed wire fence. My God,
And grab an electric fence just to make sure.
I've done that. I've done that. I'm not proud of it.
Yeah.
I'd set him up for Jeff and grab it and go, nope, yep.
It works.
But
you know those dog collar zappers?
oh no, I do.
My
Got in trouble for
brother-in-law
that, too.
got one for his dog, and I says, well, that seems like it's kind of mean. I says, you know, you're shock therapy and your dog
It is
into
mean.
behaving.
It is me.
And I says, he goes, oh, it doesn't hurt him. And I'm like, well, you put it on and I'll zap you and you tell me how much it hurts.
It hurts.
He says, no, he says, I don't think I want to go that far. And I says, well, I'm going to prove to you that, you know, being the intelligent individual I am, I said, I'll prove to you that this is not nice to your dog. I put it on my neck. He put it on low. Jesus Christ, I had straight hair when I started.
Oh.
Now I have curly hair. That thing curls your pecker right up.
I
man.
wanted to try one. Gives you a raccoon pecker. It's all twisty. I wanted to try one on Jethro, so I went to Pawpaw's house, and he's got one. So we put the collar on his dog. Well, unbeknownst to me, the cutest thing,
You put it on right over the fence wire.
pretty much. Well, Jethro is a mama's dog. He always goes to mama.
Uh-huh.
So I'm out there talking to Paw, and all the big dogs are there. And Jethro, he's done playing with the big dog. He's still a puppy. He wants to go talk to Mama and Maggie. Well, to keep the dogs off of the porch, he ran a wire around the porch. And Jethro don't know nothing about it.
Right.
And now he's stuck on this porch. That collar's going bam, 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 bam. Tony's screaming at me. I'm yelling, Paw, unplug it, Paw. Tony's like, get this goddamn thing on this goddamn dog. And I'm telling you, when Tony's mad, you know Tony's role when I get out of hand, get in the house.
Get in the house.
I got
Yeah.
my wife treats
Go in
me.
the house where all the guns are. That'll calm you down.
And she said, it upset her. She was heart hurt over it because Tony's if it wasn't for Tony is,
I bet she's a sensitive person.
she's by my exuberant intelligence and the ability to con, I've turned her into a Republican. So it took a while. I mean, she's from Austin. You know, Lockhart right outside of Austin, but she worked for IBM. I mean, Tony worked for the big people back in the day. I mean, Tony knows her shit. And then she decided to start doing this the stuff for the government. We found one of the books she wrote last night, looking for when I took that Colt Ford shirt that he signed over there.
No kidding.
She said, "Oh look, I've been looking for this. It's a book she's written." Tony's.
Huh.
Yeah, Tony ain't no joke, man.
She's got hidden talents I never knew.
She was editor for the Clewiston News. Yeah, Tony.
That's a good paying job, editor.
It was a good paying job. The hell was that?
I don't know. Somebody sent us a message?
Not on my computer. None of mine don't do that shit.
Huh? Yeah, remember that when you get emails in the old days, they go, "You've got mail."
He just died.
It's like, wonder why it doesn't do that anymore.
Because people like me turn that option off.
I don't even know how to turn it on.
We turn it off because we don't want our wives to know every time we get an email.
Well, that's true.
And now it's so bad because my phone goes ding ding, and every time Tony hears ding ding, she thinks we made it sell.
Mine goes, woohoo, thank you,
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yours is funny.
What are those little guys called? They're like little one-eyed
Minions.
minions. Yeah, mine's a little minion guy. It's like, woohoo.
I've watched those cartoons or whatever they're called.
I've seen one or two here and there,
They're
but
funny.
is it like for kids or just for immature adults?
I think it's for immature adults.
Kind of
Because
forget sometimes.
Like a thing.
when you remember back when you were a kid, when you were a little kid and you were watching Bugs Bunny and Tom and Jerry, there was some violent shit going on in there.
The Roadrunner.
Yeah, there was some violent shit going on in there.
That coyote got blowed up by the Acme everything so many times, and
Poor
yet
guy.
he still survived.
Yeah, he did. I saw a cartoon yesterday and it had Bugs Bunny.
I want to be the coyote. He never died.
They were all sitting around their Thanksgiving table, and there was a big old thing for the turkey. And Bugs Bunny goes, "Who the hell thought it was a good idea to let the coyote get the bird?" That was funny.
It looked like a roadrunner.
No, it was nothing there. No, it was an empty plate because he never caught the
Never
bird.
could catch the damn roadrunner. There was one episode, I think, that he did catch the roadrunner, and I think he let it go or something. It was just like the very end of the
I think so too.
thing.
Yeah, and
But that's something I'll have to Google.
yeah, because they probably just ended up,
Like a farewell.
There was
the
one-
last MASH show.
it was one of them like Tom and Jerry or something. They would fight.
Oh yeah, the cat and mouse fight.
And then the whistle would blow. Beep, like
Lunch.
break time, then they'd sit down and have lunch.
Yeah, they
smoke
did the
cigarettes.
little lunch
They would
box.
literally just smoke cigarettes, have lunch, smoke cigarettes. And this is not a cartoon,
Right.
And they'd go back.
Now you can't even have a commercial with a cigarette on it,
There was one Tom and Jerry where he was in the nursery in the hospital, walking up and down. He's smoking cigarettes. His eyes are bulging red, and he's constantly smoking cigarettes the whole time. You can't get away with that shit these days. But it was funny as shit.
Yeah, politically correct.
Mm-hmm.
You can always tell when you're watching an older movie. The actor or actress will be smoking a cigarette, and it's like, oh, this had to be from the 70s,
But now they're all smoking in them again.
Are they?
Pulp Fiction, all they did was smoking that one, and that was in the 80s, late 80s.
Yeah, but that's
But it's still a movie.
old now.
And now all of them, almost all the movies, the actors are like chain smokers and shit.
I haven't seen anybody smoke on a movie other than an older movie. In a
Oh,
long
no,
time.
I have. I don't watch movies. I watch Netflix series where they're long shows.
But that's still
The bad
current.
guy always smokes. It's always the bad guy.
Oh, well, of course. Man.
But if you're gonna be truthful, then he needs to have on a muscle shirt, a wife beater,
Wife beater.
a bunch of tattoos, or no shirt at all, and he's got to be smoking the cheapest 100 cigarette he can get.
Right. You buy the hundreds because they're longer.
You gotta
They
have-
cost the same money.
and then he's got to be drunk and at least a little bit of meth on him.
Oh, yeah. You got to have your meth pipe sitting on the dash.
There's nothing like white trash. If it wasn't for white trash, we wouldn't have had entertainment
Yeah, there'd
In
be
the 80s.
nothing to talk about.
because there was cops. That's what cops. And then because of the Sunshine Law, where everything becomes public,
Right.
they have everything as Florida Man now. That's what my idea on Twitter is, Florida Man RJ. Because if you know me, you know I'm nuts,
Well,
at least a little. So I fit the mold,
they broke it after you.
I wanted to go out there and pull up all those lily pads.
Yeah.
And I'm halfway in the water and trying to get your ass out of there.
Oh, I asked you don't like alligators.
You don't know what's in there. I'm like, ain't nothing gonna get me.
Yeah.
He's like, you don't know that. Tim said there's a weed eater in here. It might be worth something. I can dry it out.
Oh,
Shake it
it's a very expensive one, too.
out. Shake it out.
I spent $70 on this weed whacker getting it fixed. I go and pick it up after like 2 weeks of waiting on the bitch. And I said to the guy, does it work? He goes, yeah. And I says, start it, prove it. And I says, when's the last time you started it? He says, 2 days ago when they got it finished. I said, why the fuck did you call me today and say it's done? My weeds are getting deep. So anyway, he says, I've been started a couple days. He primes it like he's supposed to, hits the choke, gives it 2 pulls, it fires right up. I'm like, okay, here's your money. I get home, I fire it up, I weed whack for about 10 minutes, it quits. Now it won't start again. I'm yanking on it, pissed off, swearing like a fucking truck driver. Then I proceeded to throw it in the canal.
And when
$350 worth of weed whacker right in the bottom.
I was out there. I have a long hook, and I'm like, I bet I can find that fucker.
It's directly out in
I
front
looked.
of my
I
backyard.
went all over it. Maybe someone took it with their boat, but
It probably sank into the muck.
I've got a long gig that I use out there. Not that you can. No, you can gig frogs legally here.
Mhm.
You like frog legs?
Never had one.
Delicious.
I'm not into eating ugly ass critters.
It doesn't look ugly.
Frogs are ugly. They
You
piss
don't know-
on you.
No, they don't. Not when you skin them.
No, then they're dead.
And you don't eat these cane toads. They will kill you.
Oh, the guy that used to live next door to us, Hillbilly Boy, he went out frog gigging. He come back
Yeah, I
with
love
this
that.
big 5-gallon bucket full of frogs. Half of them were partially alive, the other half were partially dead. And I says, well, what do you do with them when they're alive? He grabs it by the back feet and smacks it on the top of his cooler, and it's dead.
No, we didn't do that.
And then he freaking tears it up and cooks up what he wants of it.
We didn't do nothing
like,
crazy like that.
God damn, dude.
Yeah, the hillbillies are hillbillies. There's some special Florida men out there.
He's beyond hillbilly. He's an 199% redneck, backward ass country fuck.
And that's the best way to be. But there's
nothing in the world bothered him.
Yeah.
His wife ran off with a black guy, left him with 3 kids. He didn't give a crap. He introduces me to a black friend of his, the husband and wife. They're black. They're in his driveway. I come over to talk to him for something, and I saw him out there. And he says, "Oh, meet my nigger friend." I'm like, God. Are you shitting me? The man is standing right there. Yeah. You can't say that.
No, I couldn't say that anyway.
But he does. And the black guy just stood there and laughed.
Again, but I mean, you can have a rapport with people like that. I mean,
yeah,
because he might call him a cracker, and that might be a fun thing that they do to each other. But that gives the other guy like a complex, like he can say it too,
right?
And like it's like I got a black friend of mine that calls me Cracker Ron. Well, Ron, R-A-W-N is how she says it. She Cracker Ron. But she's a 65-year-old black lady from Alabama, but she lives in Clewiston. She was my neighbor for years. Her and her husband, great, fucking awesome people. And she would call me Cracker Roll, and I would say her name. Her name was Mary Jane Rush. And every time I saw her in public, I would say Mary Jane Rush, and she would look at me and say, "I've done told you 100 times not to use my full government name now, wrong." I've done told you.
I'm in witness protection, damn it.
She might have been. She was a crazy woman.
Holy shit, we're pushing 9 o'clock.
That's all right. I ain't heard nothing. We got to put air in my tire.
Well, that's what we're pushing.
Yeah, as long as you're having a good time and we got beer, we're all right.
We'll be pushing the car if we don't put air in the tire.
No, we won't either. We'll call AAA.
And then 3 days later, they'll come and fix it.
They aren't in no rush, boy.
Not at all. And you pay them people, to have AAA, and they act like they're doing you a freaking favor.
I don't know how much it is now, but when we started paying them, it was $100 a year. You can't go wrong with that, man. I mean, I'll spend that this week on bourbon. Right? I mean, seriously. I mean, all bullshit aside. I mean,
I'll spend that very easily. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, $100 a month ain't jack shit.
The only reason I go to work isn't to pay the rent or to pay the car payments. It's get enough beer money.
But see, I don't know how you guys do it, because I'm telling you, that's what I told Toni. I was looking for a new car. I was looking at the Alan J ads and stuff.
Oh yeah, look at the payment plan. Average car payment's like $500-600.
There's no way I'd have to pay cash for it. There's no way. I couldn't do it, because I'd have to do something.
That monthly bite out of the ass is terrible, because our car is
and
like
then you have to have full coverage
month.
Insurance.
Oh yeah, you got a max insurance. That's $300 a month.
There's a guy out of Gainesville. He was Tom Petty's manager. Tom Petty's original manager. He's at Tom Petty historian. His name is Jeffrey Milton.
I bet he doesn't have a manager anymore.
No, I don't know. But his legacy has one, I bet you.
Well, that's probably true.
Jeffrey Melton, and he writes a book on Florida insurance. He's a lawyer. But if you'll look up, and I'll try to remember to put the link in the description for this video if anyone's watching. He'll send you the book for free. No strings attached, no bullshit attached, because he's a lawyer that does these accident. He's an accident attorney.
Right, like Morgan to Morgan,
but honest.
Ain't no such thing as not.
No. Oh yeah, man. Potentially criminal on YouTube. He's honest. He's honest as the day is long. Humble, good dude. Not all lawyers are pieces of shit. Just the ones that run for politics. But Morgan and Morgan was good back in the day, but then he got so big. I mean, he's making $1 billion deals now.
Oh, he spent over $1 million
on the
about
pot thing
4 or 5 years ago trying to get marijuana legalized, because he has a paralyzed brother from a car accident
that needs it.
That needs the pot to feel better.
Sure.
And I mean, I can see his point, but it's like, you got millions and millions. Well, guess who paid him the millions and millions? Us poor bastards.
Yeah. Well,
who don't have millions and millions.
Well,
of course, I don't have that degree on the wall either.
Well, yeah, but hey, look, man, a legal degree ain't hard to get. Bill Clinton had one. Hunter Biden's got one.
I can
Kamala Harris has
I can
one.
photocopy anything and put my name in it.
I got a real pharmacy degree from University of Florida, and don't like people. Guess what?
Can you write me a prescription?
No. If I would have kept doing my continuing education and paying my $300 a year thing, I could.
Really?
Yeah. I went to that. I got a PharmD, a doctor of pharmacy. But that was
Pharmacists make good money, don't they?
back then. I don't know what they make now. Back then, you could start at Walgreens for around $85,000.
Good Lord.
Yeah, that was back then.
But
I was,
you
but
got a lot of people's lives in your hand. If you give them the wrong drug,
and
or
you're
something,
yeah, military sent me to pharmacy school. They didn't really want me to be a pharmacist. They wanted me to learn chemistry.
Well, you know why they sent you to pharmacy school? They figured you had a history with it.
No,
Pharmaceuticals, they might as well make a job of it.
They knew that my hands were real steady, and they needed me to do
Things.
they needed me to know history because my hands are real steady. My hands are very steady.
Yeah, I haven't seen many of your fingers blowed
No,
out.
nothing's going on. You can lay a level on that hand, boy. Ain't no fuck around. Straight
Man,
up.
you don't have a shake in the world.
I don't nothing. No, I'm steady. That's why I can draw so well and paint so well.
I shake like two blind fags
Shit,
at a weenie roast.
I don't got nothing.
I take pills for shaking.
I don't.
Oh, I take pills for everything. I forgot.
Yeah, you do. All I do is blood pressure. But I'm high strung anyway. That's. I never. First of all,
I'm just strung out.
I've seen cocaine. I've probably sold cocaine, but I have never ever done any cocaine. Not even as a sample. Nothing. Never even tried it with a little snort. Nothing. The pot.
You don't put your pinky in it,
No,
taste
taste
it to
it,
see if
never
it
did.
numbs your tongue,
No.
see if it's good.
Never did.
Oh, of course, I only saw that on TV.
Right,
I don't
Miami
know that
Vice.
for a fact.
I one time I was in tremendous pain, and they gave me a bunch of oxys. Well, actually, gave me a Dilaudid shot.
Oh yeah,
And
that's stronger than oxy.
Didn't touch me.
That's stronger than morphine by like 10 times.
Didn't touch me. Didn't touch the pain. And the doctor's like,
Damn.
he was doing these tests. He's like, you shouldn't feel this. And I'm like, I feel it.
The only thing that could give you more would be to knock you out.
Almost. And I don't, but there's some, I've got friends that if they even almost look at an opioid, they throw up because they're allergic to it.
Huh.
But I have this weird thing, but that's why Tony will go, if you hurt your leg, just take this. Not one of my old prescriptions for Oxy, not her prescription for Oxy, and say, take it. And I'd be like, okay. And I'm like,
Didn't do a thing.
They did a pain block and a cortisone shot in my knee. Oh, wow. He goes, I'm like, it still hurts. He goes, it's going to hurt for a little while. It's going to hurt for a
Oh
little
yeah,
while.
those cortisone shots in the knee are terrible.
So I got it in there. And then he called me about 3 days later. He goes, you should be feeling fine. Now I'm like, God damn, man, it hurts worse than it did when you shot me up in there. So that's why I don't go to the doctor. I am convinced that the doctors will kill you.
Oh yeah,
There ain't no money in healing you.
that's true.
There ain't no money in healing you.
They probably know how to cure cancer, but there ain't no money in the cure. There's money in the treatment.
It's the same thing with diabetes. You
Right.
know, instead of saying don't eat this crazy shit, they say, hey, now there's this thing that you can put on your arm and you can look at it and it'll tell you what your numbers are. And yes, you can have that cake.
Right. Oh, it's
Oh,
low.
so
I
now-
can have
so-
cake.
Right,
Now
so
it's
everything
high.
can peak. Yeah, everything can peak. So I can just keep me taking these.
I can eat
metformin.
bonbons until
Yeah.
it goes to the red line.
Yeah. Anyway, we have to go. We've had fun. We hope you have a good Thanksgiving. We probably won't be here tomorrow because it's Thanksgiving. One of us might be. We might be. Who the hell knows? I don't know. I go through stages.
We'll flip a coin.
Yeah. Anyway, I got to get my tire fixed, and there's beer to drink.
Happy
And,
Turkey Day and peace out.
Happy Thanksgiving. Wander aimlessly, grin like a dog, and eat dessert first. Have a good day. Wait a minute, I forgot to play our end song.
Oh,
I almost ended our stream too.
we're almost done.
We're almost done. Yeah, I got to play Old Cracker because he's my hero. Nobody writes a song like Old Cracker.
That's why there's not two of them.
That's probably why. Our theme song by Old Cracker. Look him up.
Drinking in the AM's a sin. Old Cracker's just hanging with his old friend. Beer for breakfast, what I said. Beer for breakfast, make it two. Pop that top, pop that top, pop that top again. Pop that top, pop that top, pop that top again. Again on. Pop that top. Again on. Sun pounding on your head. Beer, take care of that. Beer for breakfast, that's what I said. Beer for breakfast, make it two. Pop that top, that's what I said. Beer for breakfast, make it two. Pop that top again. Pop that top, pop that top, pop that top again. Again on. Pop that top. Again on. Beer for breakfast, that's what I said. Beer for breakfast, make it two. Beer's bitching, abounding up. Incentive when that morning comes. Beer for breakfast. Amen.